So we see you all looking. You think that our generation's lost, don't you? Well, we're not lost. You just haven't inspired us yet. And if you want to inspire us, there is a way.
We are Soul Bros. We are scholars, athletes, published authors, and international philanthropists. We founded a nonprofit as 8th graders, and in the process, found a generation. We are the generation that many of you refer to as lost. Gen Z, the TikTok generation, the participation trophy generation, the iPhone baby status generation. But since 2015, instead of being stereotypical Gen Zers, we have donated over 7,000 pairs of shoes to kids all around the world, spoken in dozens of churches and schools, written a book, but most importantly, we found the lost generation. You see, we aren't lost. We just seek to be inspired. While we didn't exactly set out to inspire anyone, we simply wanted to put shoes on kids' feet. We accidentally discovered along the way how to inspire our generation. There are some critical, repeatable steps to recreating our successes. Our journey begins with our 6th grade basketball team. That's where we learn how to trust one another and win.
We went undefeated that season.
But the best thing that happened to us that season,
besides going undefeated,
is that we went to an event with Magic Johnson as the speaker. Of course, we all thought we might be professional athletes. All middle school basketball players believe that. But according to our research, only 1 in 4 will be over 6'6". Anyway, at the talk, Magic made us realize that to whom much is given, much is required. He talked about giving back. Then he did something amazing. He says, "Hey boys, come on up here." And he was pointing at us. He went on to say that he was so inspired by seeing young guys like us in the audience. You see, inspiration is sort of like a give and go. You dish the ball off to your teammate, and they set you up to get a bucket. If you want to inspire a Gen Zer, you have to show us that we are important to you.
And you know what else? He promised us all signed jerseys, and 5 days later, we all received them in the mail. See, if you want to inspire a Gen Zer, you can't just talk about it. You have to be about it. So we started Soul Bros in the backseat of my mom's little blue Chevy Cobalt on the way to a polo match in 2015. We were talking about all the latest shoes that were being released, and we were super excited about it, and my mom got super annoyed with our teenage sneakerhead banter. So she dropped some bad news on us. She told us that there were kids in Jamaica that had cardboard for shoes. And I'm gonna keep it real with all of you guys. She had told me that story before, but it never sparked me to any action. But when the big guy with the big heart heard that story, he just couldn't let it go.
I just couldn't imagine that there were kids out there that did not have a fresh pair of shoes to wear. It broke my heart. I said, "Miss Jackie, I have some shoes at home I've outgrown. Do you know someone in Jamaica? Maybe I could donate my shoes to them."
So then we started to think about all the kids that we knew with perfectly good and even high-end sneakers. See, my mom showed us a problem, and we could have just talked about it, we could have posted it on social media, but that day, we all decided to be about it. If you want to inspire us, you have to do more than tell us. You have to show us. So let me tell you about that polo match that day. It was a big fundraiser. There were a lot of professional athletes, philanthropists, entrepreneurs, tons more type of people, but we were the only kids. So when we got there, we started telling people about our idea. We were talking to a Ghanaian venture capitalist, Abo Vroom, and we told him, "Hey, Abo, we want to send some shoes to less fortunate kids in Jamaica." He looked at us and he smiled and he said, "Oh, so you guys want to start a nonprofit? Well, you're going to need to build a website and fundraise and this and that." And remember, we were all 12, but he never told us we couldn't do it. He just told us how to do it. We went that day with an idea, but we left inspired. If you want to inspire us, tell us that we can. So after that polo match, we all decided together that we would collect 1,000 pairs of sneakers to send to these kids in Jamaica that had cardboard for shoes. We knew that we had to inspire people to help us. So you see, I was a point guard on that championship middle school basketball team, so I knew better than anyone that it was going to take some handles to get this ball across the court. So after that, I also had my 13th birthday coming up. So I decided that I would have this big party with all of our friends and family, and we were in 8th grade at the time, and 8th graders live for a party with a DJ. But here's what we pulled a pump fake on them. They never saw it coming. We told them that instead of bringing me a gift, that they should donate to this cause.
That's the thing about inspiration. It's contagious. That party was fun.
Big fun.
We got those people into a room and we told them about the kids with no shoes. Some of those kids left and they told their parents and their brothers and sisters and inspired them. After that, we got lots of donations and then really dug in. The work was like preseason training. We were running full court sprints in that storage unit. We were cleaning through all breaks through the freezing cold. But the image of kids with cardboard shoes inspired us to push through, even when it felt nearly impossible.
So we pushed through and we pushed through, we kept pushing. But a month before shipping day, we were still coming up just a little bit short. We only had 800 pairs of sneakers, and more importantly, shipping was going to be nearly $3,000, and we didn't have it at all. Think about it like this. The clock was ticking, and we were all down by 3, and we wanted to win this game. So I remembered at the polo match that day that someone told us that we were going to need a shipping partner in order to get all the work done that we wanted to get done. So we decided to pull up from half court and reach out to the president of DHL. And we knew that if we could make that half court shot, if we could inspire him, then we would still be in the game. So I reached out to him, we told him what our idea was and the work that we wanted done, and he loved it. He wrote back within an hour and agreed to sponsor all of our shipping costs. That right there put us in overtime, but it just keeps getting better. They were so inspired by what we were doing, they also donated 400 pair of brand new sneakers. That right there helped us win the ball game.
That's the thing about inspiration. It moves in circles. We inspired DHL, and they inspired us. We went to Jamaica with the Rougeon Foundation, where we donated the shoes. But then we realized it wasn't about the shoes anymore. It was about inspiring those kids and giving them hope. My little sister's basketball teammates were inspirational quotes to go along with the shoes. They said things like, "You can do it, and keep your head up." You see, inspired people inspire people. That's circular inspiration.
By the time we got back from Jamaica, we knew that this inspiration thing was everything. So we decided to journal about our experience. And we ended up writing a children's book. It's called Soul Bros Change the World. And since it's for kids, we even took our time and made it rhyme. We've been on book tours all over Ohio to share our story, and our book sales buy more sneakers and inspire more kids. Some congregations even recognize that inspiration is everything, so they started buying books for us to give to the kids who receive these sneakers. Now that's circular inspiration. It never stops. We've inspired kids in Ghana. They became the Ghanaian Soul Bros and distributed shoes to their villages. We have a friend named Alex whose 14-year-old little sister was so inspired by what we do that when she went on her mission trip to Haiti, she took 100 pairs of shoes with her. We inspired a congregation in D.C., and they held a sneaker drive for us where we collected 1,000 pairs of sneakers in just one day. And we sent them to Hurricane Harvey victims in Houston and Beaumont, Texas. It keeps going and going like a basketball drill. Just keep passing.
So, don't you guys see? We inspired a generation, but in doing so, we realized something even bigger than expected. We realized that inspiration is truly the solution to everything that's wrong in the world, but it's also at the core of every single thing that's going well in this world.
Don't listen to people out there that say our generation's lost. Our generation's not lost. We just need to be inspired. When you leave today, we challenge you to take the ball, the inspiration ball.
And just keep passing it.
Be inspired.
And be the inspiration.